Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Carolynne, and welcome to the Embody Your Year's End practice. So this is a re-recording of a practice that I led around the full moon in Gemini because my internet dropped halfway through during that practice. And so as a way of still being able to offer you the nourishing and the coziness that is this format of a practice, I thought, all right, I'll put it together again. So here it is. So this is a 30-minute practice that consists of 3 different parts. We go through body, mind, and heart. So the first 10 minutes of the practice is a cozy yin yoga practice where we just do a single posture, and then I'm going to guide you through a meditation, a visualization, and then you're going to have time at the end to journal, to draw, or to pull tarot cards. I've got 3 different options for you. All the prompts are down below, so you won't have to do anything. Everything is here for you. I just wanted to give you all the information before you actually enter into the practice. So grab whatever it is that you know will help really make sure that you feel very held in your ritual, and let's get into it. So we're going to start in our posture right away. So making your way onto your back, please. We're going to, again, it's just one posture. It's a very accessible one. You're going to be moving it through and into a supine twist. So let yourself land here. Allow yourself to come onto your back. And I always find that once I land on the floor, there's always a tendency to want to move and kind of wiggle a little bit. So take some time to do that. Shifting in the hips, shifting in the legs and the knees. Maybe the head wants to roll from side to side a couple times. And then you're going to start by coming into the posture with the knees over towards the left. So opening the arms up into a T-shape, soles of the feet connect to the floor. Scooch the hips over towards the right, bring the knees in towards the chest, and allow your knees to fall over towards the left. So we're starting out with opening up the right side of your body. So if you have any added props around you to help enhance this practice, or enhance this posture rather, you can grab a pillow or a block or a bolster, or if you've got just like a random sweater or a blanket lying around, in case your shoulder blade, your right shoulder blade doesn't feel quite grounded and your knees are not comfortably connected towards each other, you can place that prop in between or underneath of your knees. I'm going to sit back up just so that I can still guide you through the practice, but you get to stay here in this posture for about 4 minutes. So if you haven't yet, I'd encourage you to bring your eyes to a close if that feels comfortable for your practice. And the first few moments of the practice are always one where you're really just invited to arrive, right? To welcome all of you in. Your physical body is settled into a posture. So you've arrived, you're here, you're present, but can you also welcome in your heart and your mind as well, so that all of you arrives? And then what might begin to happen is that the presence leads to a heightened awareness of what is present in your body. So take the time that you've got here to scan in the body, to notice what spots feel a bit more open, what spots feel a bit more closed. And you do this scanning, this attention, this presence with so much love and compassion and no judgment or shame. So we're playing with this idea of duality in this practice. And so this is a celebration of, yes, closing off the year. But there's all these added elements, right? Of the full moon in Gemini, if you happen to be practicing this around this time, but also which there's duality found in that. But there's also the duality or the past, present, future aspect of transitions, right? You transition from one season to the next, depending if that's from fall into winter or from spring into summer, or the transition from one year to the next. So we're playing with this like opposites, which can sometimes feel like you're being like pulled in opposite directions. But let's see if we can alchemize that in today's practice. Find your center within all of that. And find a bit of grounding, a bit of tethering within the container of this celebration. Right? The full moon is a time to celebrate, but we are doing it through the lens of celebrating the end of your year. You're moving through this double-sided posture again to play with those like opposites, the double, the duality. And you've started out where you're opening up the right side of your body. And the right side is associated with the feminine, with the kind of softer, and with the receiving aspects of yourself. So for the next few deep breaths, the next few moments in this posture, it's an invitation to kind of ponder on what it is that you are receiving, what your body is receiving from this past year. And it doesn't have to be from a mindset or thinking process, but through an embodied, felt sense. And then you'll nice and slow release out of the posture to come back into center, allowing like all of you to unravel, right? Come back in the center really slow. And before you even think about coming into the posture on the other side, let yourself land. Feel the difference between the right and the left side. Feel your center within the transition, right? What feels anchoring? What feels grounding here in this moment? Even though there's this imbalance in your body, where can you really find your center? Your spine, your heart, your lower back, your pelvis rooted to the ground. And then you'll transition from this posture to come into the shape on the other side. So you're laying on your back here. So shift the hips over towards the left side. Allow your knees to fall over towards the right. And again, take a moment here to adjust, to prop yourself up. Maybe you place something in between your knees or underneath of your knees, making sure that both your shoulder blades stay grounded. Your gaze can remain up towards the sky, or you can be looking towards the left hand. And then again, at first you land into the posture and it's just an opportunity to get like really physical about it, right? Using the physicality of the sensations of the posture of your body to be that channel towards presence, awareness, being. Then your breath moves in and out. And then you're focused here on creating space, on opening up now the left side of the body. The left side of the body being associated with the masculine, the more doing, action-oriented of ourselves. So this might be an invitation, an opportunity for you to explore what it is that you're releasing, what you're, there's two different ways you can explore that, right? There might be this element of like releasing, letting go, I don't need this anymore. Or what is it that I am releasing and sharing with the world? What aspects of my body, myself now, are doing a little bit of releasing, some shedding? And that'll probably bring up different things for different folks. So just trust whatever that comes up for you is the right thing. And then let your breath still move through. You're still present, you're still here. And you let the stillness of the practice carry you through that exploration of what might be happening in your body, your heart, and your mind. And then, nice and slow, you'll unravel, untwist the body as you come back into center. And again, just give yourself this moment of grace here as you land, and you don't have to worry about what's coming up next. You can just let that one thing that you just moved through, let it end. Right? That's also something that's happening here. It's a practice of letting one year end before moving into the next. And then we transition. So the next portion of the practice is a guided meditation. So you can actually, you can stay on your back if you want to. You can just extend the legs long or just keep them bent if you'd like to. Or you can bring yourself up to seated. If you're bringing yourself up to seated, making sure that you're coming into a shape that really does feel very supportive. So you might be placing a pillow underneath of your sit bones or backing yourself up so that your back is against the wall, or maybe you're propping yourself up on the couch or the bed. So this format of this practice is put together very intentionally, where we start with the body, right? We always start with the body because the body is here, always present. But we have to tend to all parts of ourselves. So meditation is a practice of tending to the mind, of creating space in the mind, clarity. So as you settle yourself into whatever shape you're going to be finding for your meditation practice, you let that be, right? Let this be this time of like, oh, okay, mind, what do you need? What tending to do you need? What nourishment do you need? And we do that through offering something to focus on and then noticing what happens at the end. What type of clarity comes through the practice of focusing. So all you have to focus on is my voice. The eyes are closed, or they might be open, but there's some softness to the gaze. And first you start with, as you're still here in the shape that you've chosen, you feel the points of contact that are touching the floor. Like actually notice the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor. And then actually feel the solidity, the groundedness of the floor beneath your body. And then you notice the 4 walls around you and the roof above your head. And maybe even you become aware of the moon outside your window. Even if it's daylight, she's still there. So there's this container within which you are safe and you are held. And then as a channel towards yourself, you use your breath. Your breath is this beautiful relationship between you and the outside world, between you and yourself. So as you deepen your breath, maybe you don't even deepen, but just like allow your awareness to come onto your breath, to notice it, you feel almost like the breath is like carrying you in to your body. And then you're here in your body. Your mind is here in your body. Your heart is here in your body. And then allow your awareness to travel, like as if it's like traveling inside of you, like as if there's like a little tiny you in your body. And you'll travel down your legs and your awareness lands in your feet. You become aware first of just like the tangible aspect of your feet, of the texture of the socks on your feet, or maybe the temperature of the air on your bare skin. You just kind of notice the shape of your feet and the way that they're just positioned. They just landed naturally as you placed them. And then it's an opportunity to celebrate. A celebration of all that your feet have done for you. The experiences that you've walked through this past year. The opportunities that you have walked towards. The things that you've walked away from. The different lands that your feet have walked on, the different homes they've walked through. And you take a moment to celebrate your feet. Thank you, feet, for walking me through this part of my path. And then your awareness travels from your feet, up your legs, up your torso, up to your shoulders, down your arms, and lands in your hands. And you start with just noticing your hands. The ways that your hands just are positioned naturally, or maybe the way that your fingers kind of curl in, or the temperature of the air on your skin. And then it's an opportunity to celebrate. Thank you, hands, for all that you have done for me, the loved ones that we've held, the things that we have ushered in with our hands, the things we've pushed away with our hands, the art that I have made, the food that I have cooked and baked, the creativity that has moved through my hands, the earth, the ground, the dirt that I have touched, the trees, the sunshine that has kissed the skin. Thank you, hands, for being with me along my path. And then your awareness travels from your hands, up your arms, through your neck, and all the way to the top of your head. Your mind. We don't tend to spend a lot of time in the mind, focusing on the mind in this community. But today, right here, right now, this is an opportunity to celebrate your mind. the intelligence that it holds, the ability it has to think critically, think brilliantly, to come up with creative ideas and solutions, its ability to respond instead of always react, and also for its role that it plays in keeping you safe and always trying to keep you safe, even if sometimes it feels annoying. Thank you, mind. Thank you for being with me along this portion of my path. And then your awareness travels from your mind into your heart, the center of your chest. You might even place the palm of your hand on your heart as you feel its beat. And at first can just be a celebration of the really obvious fact that your heart is beating, pumping blood through your body in order to keep you alive. And then it can shift into this celebration of love, of the love that you have shared with others as well as the love that you have received. Thank you, heart, for showing me the magic of love along this portion of my path. And then your awareness then shoots out from the center of your heart all the way out into the entirety of your body. In this space, in this community, we are firm believers that your body holds great wisdom. Your intuitive body. So let this be a celebration of the wisdom that your body holds in its role, the role that it plays in all the experiences that you moved through this past year. From here, from this whole body awareness, begin to deepen your breath. Allow that deepening of your breath to begin to invite some movement into your body. Move slow here. You've been still for quite some time, so move slow. Move like you. Move like the body that has moved through the past year of its life. Move like that person. Maybe they move a bit differently compared to the beginning of the year. Maybe they move with a bit more confidence, fluidity, grace, love, freedom. And then you'll let that movement begin to guide you from transitioning from this portion into the next portion of our ritual. But again, move slow here. There's no rush. You'll transition, if you're seated already, you'll transition to grab hold of whatever props you brought with you for this last portion. Or if you're on your back, roll onto your side and press yourself up. And you might have a notebook and pen with you. You might have a sketchbook with some coloring pencils, or you might have your tarot cards. Or maybe none of those things apply and you just like to hang out here and just listen to the music. So the prompts that I've provided actually do span amongst those three categories that I just said. So there's some journal prompts below. There's some tarot card prompts, so some a spread that you can do. And then there's also a creative prompt that you could turn to draw or to paint or whatever. And then this is your time. So all of the prompts span around themes of looking back and of celebrating all of the stuff that you went through, but also recognizing like the hard stuff, right? Let's not just like paint a big brush of positivity over your experience. Please do like be as honest as you need to. Nobody needs to see anything that you write or you draw. And so it's an opportunity for you to be like, yeah, I did some really awesome stuff, but also there was some stuff that was hard, but what have I gained from all of that? So I'm going to stay quiet, and you get to just do what you need to do. Do what your heart needs to do for this heart portion of the practice. we're back. So, like I said before, if you have more that you want to write, if you have more that you want to draw, if there's more pondering you'd like to do with the tarot cards, then you can continue to do that after the practice. You can even like back up and just like keep playing the music if you want to. But for now, we'll set the things aside for a moment. And this ritual, this format of a ritual is one that we move through in our community in a live stream weekly setting. And in the lunar cohort, it's kind of become this like symbol of ours whenever we end, to come back to the body, come back to the heart, and to create almost this like tangible symbol of like, ooh, when I do this, this is a reminder of what's important. So place one hand on your heart. That's it. That's the symbol. That's that body remembering of, oh yeah, okay, I'm out of alignment. I need to come back. So when you do this in a setting within which you're feeling really nourished, really full, it becomes like a body sensation of like, oh yeah, okay. Presence, breath, love. So place that hand on your heart. Let your eyelids drop and just take a moment here to feel this, to be here, to feel a community, right? This cozy community around you. And then we end with one last breath together. Inhale. Out the mouth, let it go. Softly open up into the eyes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you and your trust in me as your guide. I'm so honored to be part of your self-care time, your self-care practice. So thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the format of this practice, like I mentioned, this is the same one that we follow in a live stream weekly setting in the lunar series. And I also have quite a few other live stream classes that you could take advantage of, that you could join in, as well as a winter solstice gathering happening on the 21st of December. All of the details are found on my website, yogawithcarolynne.com. I would really love to have you join this community. It's such a cozy space to hang out in. The folks in this community are amazing, so kind and so magical. And I feel really grateful to have this community that we can turn to when we need it. So if you'd like to join us, the registration for all of the winter offerings are currently open. So please take a look at my website and join whatever really lights you up. But for now, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will connect with you again soon.